This is part 3 of modeling Max's Sci-Fi plant incubator. Thank you very much for stopping by here today, tonight, this morning, whatever it is for you. And this will probably be the second last modeling video. This one won't be too long, and the next one will probably be even shorter as we finish this up. Okay, so I'm going to get busy on this thing here. I'm going to come right in here and bring my 3D cursor there. Go back into wireframe mode, and I'm going to do a few indents here and there. Max told me that a lot of this stuff was textures, and he said it might be interesting to see it modeled in some of it, so I'll do a little bit of that, and then I think we're pretty much done. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in a plane here and scale it down. Rotate X90, and we'll select this edge and pull it in, and this one, and we'll get the basic shape of this. So there it is. I'm going to press 1 for vertex selection, and press Shift Control B to bevel and pull like this. Roll my mouse up until I have 5 vertices, and I'm going to box select here, pull it in a little bit, and I think I'm probably going to go with that shape there. A to select it all, and I'm going to press E to extrude, and I'm going to come out a little ways. Back to the solid view, I'll select the whole thing here, and there it is. I'll just make sure that I didn't come out the wrong way. That's good. And I'm going to push this in a little ways, and we'll create a small indentation in this. I'm going to select this and this, slash key. Am I going to do it on the back? I'm never going to see the back, really, now that I think about it. But I think I may, so I'll just select the whole thing, Shift S, cursor to select it, bring my 3D cursor there so it's symmetrical, and I can take this, set the origin of the 3D cursor, and I can mirror it in the Y. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that. And I'll save. I'm going to do a Boolean on this, so I'm going to select it. I'm going to choose Boolean, and I'm going to pull it up. And with the eyedropper, I'm going to select this. I'll go ahead and apply. And I'm going to delete that, and I'll have my indent slash key to bring everything back and save. So there's my first indentation. And we'll come back and we're going to look at this one now. So I'm going to just maybe select here, and in fact I'm going to use that. So Shift D, I'm going to grab that, P to break it out. I'm going to take off all of the modifiers though. Even this thing, I don't need that. I'm going to scale it down, look from the front in wireframe, and just start positioning it. So I'll grab this, pull it out, and I'll B to box select, and I'll grab that, select it all, and let's Shift Control B to bevel, pull, and I should have 5, and that's good enough. Maybe pull that in a little bit, that's good enough. Okay, I'm going to extrude out a little ways again, and I'm just going to shade that flat, and I'm going to push this in a bit. Now let's take this and this slash key. Now you'll notice that this is open, and so if I try to do a Boolean, it shouldn't work. So I'll just demonstrate that. I like to take the Boolean and bring it to the top, select the eyedropper, select my cutting tool. I'll go ahead and press apply, take this and hide, and lo and behold, it didn't work. Okay, and that's because just backspace until this is red, and that's because this is open. And so I'm just gonna do this a different way. I'm gonna use knife project. I'm gonna select the face that I want, Control I to invert the selection, and X faces, so I just want that one. Now I'm going to look from the front, and in object mode I'm going to select my cutting tool essentially, and then shift and click here, go into edit mode with it all selected, mesh, knife project. And now I can come back here and delete that face, and now I have a face here, and I can just extrude this in a little bit to get that. Okay, so that's one thing we can do. I'll come back in here and let me just duplicate this out and P to break it out. And it's got the modifiers on it, including that. Let's get rid of that. Let's just save and stop for the moment and have a look at this. All right, so we've cut in, and hopefully that's not going to cause a problem with my texturing with this. All right, and then there's this piece here, and I think I may actually model this piece. I can't tell exactly what it's doing, but let's do something for that. So let's just see about this. So let's come in here and let's delete the solidify, and let's extrude it back and delete that back face. And I think that's probably flipped, as you can see. So I'll just come in here, Alt N, recalculate outside. So I got that piece. Let's say if that was in there, I may get rid of that back in a bit. And you can see over here. Okay, so let's see here. Let's bring in another plane and scale it down. Rotate X90, and in wireframe, let's do another Shift Control B, pull, maybe more like that. Select it all and bring it out. Let's just see. Let's try extruding it out. Actually, well, okay, I'll show you another way. Okay. Let's just push that in for the moment and look again. Yeah, something like that. Hopefully it's not too close to the edge. If I did that, and then let's look at wireframe, and I did an array. I could do something like this. See how well that looks. Maybe I would do it like that. Okay. I'm going to take that and this and look at this. Okay, so once again, if I want to do a Boolean, and I select this and I add the Boolean modifier, and then I select this, because it's open, it's not going to do this. So I could do this with knife project, just like I just did. Or, because this is simple, I could just quickly close the back, take this, add the Boolean, and bring it up. And with the eyedropper, do that. And I think I get rid of these. I can have my Boolean, then I can come back in here and I can delete those faces, and I've done what I needed to do. All right, so let's save that. And let's hide that. Let's just consider if I want to maybe delete that face. And maybe even take these and pull them in more. All right, and then I can do something here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring in another plane and scale it down. And then I'm doing this with geometry, so whether or not that's a good idea, I don't know. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to, let's say I pinch these together like that. And let's just focus on that. And I'll get rid of the backs and the sides. And maybe for this I'll just take those and put a small bevel in there. get a couple of segments. Okay, let's bring that back. Let's focus just on those. Maybe we'll bring these forward. And let's rotate this in the X a little bit. I'm going to bring this up. I think I'm going to scale this in the Z, make it a bit more prominent. And let's just push it through like that. Let's array this in the Z. I'll just pull it down, zero out the X, and start adding. Maybe I'll do 10. And let's get them to fit, you know, something like that. Again, I know this is not a modeled piece, but I just felt like doing it this way. Slide those over and duplicate them and slide those over. Save and have a look at this. We'll turn off the reference image. So this is how it's looking. Okay, good. Let's have a look at this again. We'll look in wireframe. So I don't think I'm going to do these in geometry. I don't know. Maybe I should. It's got a little lip here. I was thinking I wouldn't. Let's leave that for the moment, and I am definitely going to have to model these knobs, so maybe we'll do this piece here. So I think I'll just select there, put my 3D cursor there, and let's bring in a plane. Rotate it, scale it in the Z, and just sort of line up that edge. I'll press 2 for edge selection. We'll pull that to there maybe, and this up. Maybe actually we'll come out to the extremes ends. Have a look at that. That's pretty good. 1 for vertex selection and Shift Control B and pull, and I want 5 vertices in there, and that's going to be fine. So I think we're going to run into the same problem. I'm going to extrude out, but I think we're going to have to do knife project for this. Let's select this and this, slash key. Once again, this is open, and so I think we're going to use knife project for this. I'm going to select here, Control I, X, faces. I've got that there. Look from the front. In object mode, select this one, and then this one. Go to edit mode, A to select it all, mesh, knife project, and select this face and delete. And here we'll have a few, and we're going to pull that in a little ways, slash key. And we have a little area we can work in. Let's look at this. So we'll need a graphic in here after, and we'll model some stuff, I guess, another time. And I had talked about maybe doing these in geometry, and now I don't think I'm going to. So I think what we need this part. And I think, you know, other stuff on the side for cutaways. Well, let's just select that. Well, let's give this a try. S to scale that. Let's take these out. I'm going to pull these up, and I'm just going to scale them. I'm going to grab these two here, pull them in a bit, and these two. Alright, so something like that. Something like that. Now we're getting close to the bottom edge here, so hopefully we're not going to have a problem. Now, I feel like I would want to bevel this a little bit. We're going to try. Oh, what did I just do? Okay. Let's try Shift Control B and just do it by eye. Like that. Okay. Select both of them. I'm going to delete that. And extrude that in. Now, those aren't overly visible, and usually I would come around and do my best to bevel that edge. And it gives some, you know, the topology's not super nice when I do that, but this is very sharp. And so I'm going to try. Just catch light better and hopefully not be too much of a problem. And with that, I would then look up here, but this one seems to have the bevel a little bit nicer, so I think I'm okay with that. So that would give us this piece here. And I guess that's the back. And that would give us this piece here. Yeah, I'm not going to do it on the back. It's just a question of if I want to do any more of these destructive cuts. I really would rather not do that, those ones there. These lines, you know, I could cut the model, but I'm thinking I would do it in Substance Painter. What about that one? On that side. And above this. My feeling is that this is going to affect the geometry if I do it so low and cut into there. I give it a try though. Shift D, P. I'll take this and I will get rid of all of the stuff here. Let's see. It's pretty much near the bottom of that grading thing there. Let's get rid of the reference for a moment and look at this. Well, let's look from the side here. Let's imagine that we were working just on those. And that I went in here and Shift Control B and put in a curve, right? It would need a curve, would it not? Or would it not? It's a little bit rounded. That might be rounded too much. So I could back up, do a little bit less. Look from the side, select just those two, focus on them. So we could give it a try. I wonder if it's going to project back on there. Let's try it. Mesh, knife project. Okay, didn't. Let's get rid of that. Let's try just extruding that in. And maybe getting rid of that. Shifty, pull this guy out. Let's pull it out some more. Let's select that whole thing and let's break it out. Now this has, let me get rid of, oh, I applied it. So, fair enough. Let's get rid of that face. Let's push this in. So that piece is there. And it's fine if I can see the inside of the machine a little bit. I could do some texturing on that, I suppose. Let's hide that. Let's see how I like this. And there we go. We got that in there. Whether or not that was a good move to make or not, I don't know. It's done now. I have to live with it. Okay. I think we're close to the end, other than, like I said, some of the dials at the front here. Let's just look at it here. So I'm going to model these things. I'll do that next time. For this thing, what I would do is I would take this piece probably and put some triangles in there, you know, facing up, facing down, and push them in. I don't think I'm going to model anything else here. I'm thinking about something along the bottom. We could do that the next time. This stuff would be textured. This thing, I guess I probably would use texture. I could model something, and I might throw something in there. I don't think I'm going to indent on the model, so texturing. And maybe I want to do a little indent there. Where's that? It's on the opposite side to there, right? Let's get rid of all of this for now. maybe I could do something with that. Shift Control B, not too much, just like that. Maybe. Okay, select them. Knife project. Extrude it in a little, not that way, this way. Not much of a bevel on there, as you can see. So this one, I would have to come around here, select the edges, Control B, try to give it a bevel by hand. So now we can actually see the thing, and hopefully I didn't destroy anything else, have anything else selected. This is looking a little strange in here, but it's because I've got the solidify on, so I'm not going to worry about it. Take this, Shift D, pull it out, P to break it out. Let's just have a look at the reference image and see what is going on here. Yeah, all this stuff I would do texturing, but maybe I'd have this as a plate. So maybe I will keep that. So let's apply the solidify, get rid of the back face, push it in a little ways, just have it there. So I hope, again, I hope that was a good thing to have done. And to be honest with you, it's looking a little wide to me. Let's see. Let's look at this. Well, it is pretty wide. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it and call it okay. All right. So how is she looking here? Let's make sure everybody is the right. Yeah. Okay. Turn that off. I'll lose that glass enclosure, but that's okay. So I have a closer look at this. So it's looking okay to me. Alrighty, good. Okay, we've made more progress. I should be able to finish the modeling in one more video, I hope. And then we'll be ready for texturing. For the plants, I'm thinking I'm probably just going to be using PNGs, you know, transparency, and just populating it a little bit over there. I don't think I'm going to be using, you know, an actual model, but I'm not sure, so we'll see. So thanks so much for watching. See you next time.